Welcome to the Update 7.4 Open Test Game Client Preview. Now, first of all, we're getting a lot of buffs here, mainly tank destroyers. Penetration-wise, the Tortoise's stock gun is getting an alpha increase from 190 to 255, to 225, my bad. Now, it's not, so that's giving it almost 200 more DPM, a higher chance of crew damage. Same with the APCR, which is actually quite nice. Its rate of fire is going down just a tiny bit, but its alpha is going up and it's gaining more DPM overall. This is the same gun that the AT-15 is using. Now the T-28 stock gun is getting a 15 millimeter buff. Same for the T-28 prototype. The ISU's stock gun, you know, the little 122 you might run, it's getting 195 and 237. I don't know why you use that on the ISU, but it actually it's really useful for the other tanks. Maybe even the SU-152. It'll be more of a viable option. Now the DPM on the Jagdpanther 8.8 is getting a massive. I mean, I couldn't say massive, but it is kind of massive. See, 7,771 to 3,100. That's something else. And that's mainly because of this 10 more damage it's adding to its gun. Actually 30 more damage. The penetration is going up by 10, my bad. Same for the 2015, no real difference between the two. The AT-15 is getting the same buffs as the Tortoise is, just a tiny bit different. Just a tiny bit different DPM on it. Now see, this tank might actually be a viable option nowadays. The Charioteer is getting a second gun, which will actually be pretty nice. I might even try this gun out as opposed to its other gun. You get a 2,816 DPM. Actually, I might not try this out. 225 damage per minute. That's absolutely atrocious. I don't know why you'd run that. As opposed to the Hesh firing gun that's already available. Now the stock guns are getting buffs. The stock gun is actually the gun that the T-25/2 uses. Now the SU-152's 122 millimeters getting a buff, 195 from 175 and 237 from 217. Now this is really useless for the SU because it has a better gun option, the big derp gun that we all know and love. But for the SU-122-44 and the 122S, these tanks might actually be relevant. Like the ISU-122, it's been useless all this time because of how bad the penetration and mostly accuracy is, I'm not gonna lie. The Jagdpanther 3009 DPM with the stock gun, and that's mainly because its damage is going from 220 average to 250, so you're really getting a plus right there. I don't think the HE damage is getting boosted, which is quite unfortunate. The STM is getting more penetration, which is always nice. On the stock gun, might I add, the top gun probably just needs some more ammo because that thing's ridiculous. The AT-7 is getting more DPM because of its alpha increase. The damage on all around this tank line, the AT line, might be a lot easier to grind. The Challenger's quote-unquote derp gun, its alpha is going from 250 to 300, which is actually pretty nice. It might be more of a better gun option as opposed to the pea shooter, which is right here with the 200 alpha. Now the AT-15A is getting the same buffs as the AT-15, I believe. Yes, it is. Now the highlights here for me. These are the two most important, the Blaze and the Vindicator. Now see, I personally love the Blaze, but my main problem with it is not pinning my shots. Coupled with the low-ish DPM, and the penetration. Well, lowest DPM and the lack of ammo capacity, my bad. But now that we'll actually be able to pin the shots, it'll be more and more effective. Now the Vindicator. Now I've been a Vindicator advocate. See, this thing needs a buff. And it's finally gotten run along with all the other tier 7 TDs mostly. Check this. 150 penetration on the standard heat to 155. 225 penetration on the standard on the premium heat to 235. That's better than nothing in my opinion. Running calibrated shells, so you'll be around 265, 270, I believe. So not too bad overall. Only thing it needs now is a gun depression buff and a buff to its HE pin. And it'll be all right. But I'm guessing that if you bought this tank recently, just go try it out once the update drops, because it's going to be beastly. The SU-100, same buffs as everything else. Now this. The Jagdpanther 4. Tier 6 is getting yet another buff. 2,800 DPM to 3,259. Now this is going to be just insanity down at tier 6, because someone's going to be wrecking at this thing. And this is mainly because its 220 average damage is going up to 250. So you'll be throwing out 250 average damage like nothing. Now see, you could run all APCR and still have 2,400 DPM, which is still insane. No. Exactly. Yes. The Nashorn is getting the exact same buffs, which is great. The Nashorn, unlike the other tank, actually needed it, I'm not gonna lie. This is getting some penetration buffs. The AT-8 is getting some alpha buffs. It's 160 to 200. That's causing its DPM to go up, but they're also nerfing the shell velocity for whatever reason. It does look pretty nice, though. I never knew the shell velocity was that high. But this AMX is getting more armor. Didn't really need it, though. Have you guys seen this thing in battle? It's insane. Like, nobody asked for this. Nobody. But here it is. The Cupolas are getting more armored, as you can see, as well as the side armor. This thing's going to be insane. Now, the Object 704, some gun mantlet stuff they've been doing over the last few buffs. Maybe there were some glitches, but I've never penetrated that area of the 704 before, so I don't know what's going on with that. So that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.